All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're breaking down a powerful framework called the Digital CEO System. It's all about going from that feeling of complete digital chaos to having a business that actually generates income on autopilot. And it all starts with a question I think you'll find pretty relatable.
Does this sound familiar? You're trying to work, but your brain just feels full. It's like having 100 browser tabs open at once. Ideas, things you have to do, worries, little reminders, all swirling around. You know, that constant mental chatter where everything feels urgent, but somehow nothing really gets done. Look, if that's you, you are definitely not alone. It's kind of the default state for most of us these days.
In all that mental clutter, it shows up in some really frustrating ways. You get these amazing ideas for a side hustle, but they never actually launch. Your computer becomes this graveyard of unfinished projects. You're constantly getting pulled away by distractions. And at the end of the day, you're exhausted. You feel like you were busy, but when you look back, you can't really point to what you accomplished. It just leads to this awful cycle of procrastinating and then panicking to catch up.
But here's the thing, and this is so important. The solution is not to just work harder. It's not about more coffee or waking up at 5 a.m. The real answer is to stop trying to force your brain to be a supercomputer because it was never designed for this, and instead build an external system that can do all the heavy lifting for you. Today we're going to break down exactly how to build that system, and it has 3 main pillars.
Everything, and I mean everything, starts right here with Pillar 1, Systemize Your Mind. This is the foundation for the whole shebang. Before you can even think about automating your business, you've got to clean out the garage up here. The whole point is to go from that constant, nagging anxiety to a place of clarity and focused action.
So how do we do that? The number one tool is something called the brain dump. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's this simple but incredibly powerful habit of getting every single thought, every task, every idea, every little worry out of your head and into what we call a trusted system. Now the key here, the part everyone gets wrong at first, is that your only goal is to capture. Don't try to organize it yet. Just get it all out. And the actual process is super simple. Step 1, capture. Seriously, write down everything. Don't filter, don't judge, just dump it all into a notebook or a tool like Notion. Then step 2 is review. You do this about once a week. You look at your big list and you start sorting. Is this a task I need to do? Is this just a cool idea for later? Or is this something I can just get rid of? And that leads to step 3, archive. Anything that's done or you've decided not to do, you move it out of sight. This keeps your main system clean, focused, and ready for action. And the change you'll feel is, well, it's night and day. You go from constantly trying to juggle everything in your head, which is impossible, by the way, to offloading all of that to your trusted system. Instead of procrastinating because you're just so overwhelmed, you have clear, simple tasks to start on. You can actually focus. And maybe the best part? That constant low-level anxiety is replaced by a real, genuine sense of control. Okay, so once your mind is clear, now we can get to the fun stuff. Let's talk about Pillar 2, automate your output. This is all about building what I like to call a value engine, a set of systems that works for you around the clock, creating content and handling tasks without you having to manually do everything. Just how powerful can this be? Get ready for this number, 15x. That's right, by using AI and automation, you can take a single piece of content, like one video, and turn it into 15 or more different pieces of content for all your other platforms. That's the power we're talking about. So what does this actually look like in practice? It's a pretty straightforward workflow. First, you create one big, high-value piece of content. This is where you put in your creative energy. Then you feed that content into some AI tools, and they do the magic. They'll pull out the key points and automatically create a Twitter thread, a LinkedIn post, an email newsletter, you name it. And finally, you use scheduling tools to automatically publish all that repurposed content everywhere. You create once, and your system distributes forever.
And hey, this isn't just about content. The impact on your day-to-day business operations is huge. We're talking about reducing human errors on routine stuff by up to 85%. Think about that. Fewer mistakes, less time fixing things. And speaking of time, you can cut down the hours you spend on those boring, repetitive tasks by as much as 77%. That is a massive amount of time you get back to focus on what actually matters.
Let's make this super concrete. Think about something like onboarding a new client. The old manual way is a pain, right? It's hours of back and forth emails, manually making a contract, sending an invoice. It's a drag. With automation, the client just clicks a link, picks a time, and the system automatically sends them the contract and the invoice. What used to take you 2 or 3 hours of your own time now takes the client about 15 minutes. That is building an engine.
And this all leads us to the final, and let's be honest, the most exciting pillar. Pillar 3, monetize your systems. Okay, so we've got a clear mind, we've got an automated engine creating value. Now it's time to turn all of that expertise and efficiency into real, scalable income.
Now, the key here is not to put all your eggs in one basket. Your automated systems can actually power a whole portfolio of different income streams. We're talking about digital products like online courses or templates. You can offer automated services where the system does most of the work. And of course, you can generate more passive income through things like affiliate commissions or ad revenue from all the content your engine is pumping out.
This right here, this is probably the biggest mindset shift in the entire system. Most of us start out by selling our time, freelancing, consulting, where you're trading hours for dollars. The problem is, your income is always capped by how many hours are in a day. The digital CEO model is about selling systems. You create a valuable asset, like a course, one time, and that asset can sell over and over and over again, completely separating your income from your time. That is how you scale.
And you might be thinking, okay, that sounds great, but where do I even start? Well, thanks to AI, it's gotten ridiculously easy to get going. Look at this. You can give an AI a single detailed prompt like this one, and it can generate an entire business plan for a digital product. It'll give you the course outline, pricing ideas, even a marketing strategy. It's like having a business consultant on demand. And that really brings us to the core message of this whole system. If you are feeling overwhelmed and scattered all the time, your brain isn't broken. It's just unoptimized. It needs a better system. And if your business feels like it's stuck in first gear, it doesn't just need more hustle. It needs to be unautomated. It's all about shifting from forcing things to designing smart systems.
So, I'll leave you with this one final thought. Once you have these systems in place, they're clearing your mind, they're automating your output, they're monetizing your expertise 24/7, what are you going to do with all the freedom that creates? Because that really is the whole point.